What is up? August 15th, 2026 weekly update. Highlight of the week is definitely getting much better responses with the audiences. Going on stage and just talking to them, honestly. Uh, Crowd work, also known as crowd work, but it's a night and day difference, honestly. It feels much more it feels much more personable. It feels much more what natural. Um, I keep making people laugh, right? Without trying. I just go up, do my thing, talk about whatever it is that I feel like talking about, talk to them about what they want to talk about, riff off of what they give me, riff off of what I think about. Sometimes I don't even riff and I'm just going on this long-winded rant and I get laughs, right? So it's it's been interesting. If you watched my update from last week, that was something that I was thinking about doing, because I had a set last week where I did that same thing, and I was like, let me try that out. Let me keep trying that out. I'm gonna do that this next week, which I have been doing. And I mean, I went to a brand new mic on Thursday. What's up? What are you doing? What are you doing? I got a little dog here, my sister's dog. Um, but I went to a brand new mic on Thursday. Never been to it before. Never interacted with that audience before. It was the first mic of the night, and so I was like, you know what, let's just do it again. I'd done it several times throughout the week already. So I was like, let's do it again tonight. Let's do it again this night. I did it twice on Sunday. I did it twice on Wednesday, and then this is the first mic on Thursday at a new mic with a new crowd. Went up, uh, told him just like, "Hey, I'm trying out something different. Normally, I come up and I try to do jokes, but I haven't been really getting a lot of success with that. So I'm just gonna talk to you guys, and we're just gonna hang out and see how this goes." And that's what I did, and they laughed. I got laughs. I got people to laugh. I talked to them about what was going on in the room. I talked to them about like my thoughts on like what I'm going through myself right now. Like I'm currently quitting vaping because I'm just tired of vaping. I hate it. Hate it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm all nasally and raspy right now because of some. I'm pretty sure it got me sick. Like vaping on Tuesday this last week. I vaped like all day. Um, and it just no, no, my body does not like it. I don't like it. I don't like the way I feel about it. I'm like vaped all day on Tuesday. Wednesday felt bleh. Thursday was a little bit better. Friday yesterday, I still wasn't feeling it. Today I feel better. I feel better today. Even if I do sound a little raspily. I feel like my voice is a little deeper than it normally is. Um, but my nose is also a little congested. So I'm not terrible. I feel noticeably better than yesterday. Uh, but all that to say that, I'm on stage, I'm talking about wanting to quit vaping. And, I talked to the crowd about vaping. There was this older couple in the back. Hey, we don't need any of that. There's this older couple in the back. Um, and I asked them if they vaped. And I'm like, chances are you guys don't. You're clearly older. You probably smoked cigarettes or did some dip when you were younger. But they didn't understand anything that I was talking about with vaping. But there was a younger couple to my right. Oh, excuse me. There was a younger couple to my right, and they knew what I was talking about, and they were laughing. The older couple was not laughing. So I was making jokes about like the younger couple, and I was making jokes about the older couple about like them not being up to date with like the latest trends and stuff, and they got laughing too. So it was fun. It was fun. It was fun to do. It was cool. I had fun. I got laughs. It felt natural, right? The night before on Wednesday, the second mic of the night, there were three girls in the back, and my entire set was just talking to each of them. I just talked to each of them, um, I made fun of them in different ways. Made fun of the girl in the middle because she had on a shirt that said meditate. I'm like, "Do you even meditate?" She's like, "No, I don't." I'm like, "Then why are you wearing a shirt that says meditate? You're a liar. What are you doing?" You know? And then she ended up saying, like, "I only bought it because it was on sale at H&M," you know? So I made fun of her for that. Um, Made fun of her friends, got all of them to laugh, and that was cool. I was up there a good, I think I wanna say, like, 7, 8 minutes. I was up there for more than 5 minutes. The host definitely let me cook, which was cool because I was making those girls laugh the entire night. And then there was this other dude sitting down there, and I completely didn't even realize he was there, so I started talking to him for a little bit, and I was just like, "I didn't even know you were there." His name was Mike. So, afterward, I went up to the girls, once the mic was over, I went up to the girls and asked them if they wanted to follow me on Instagram. They said yes, and all 3 of them followed me, and they said they all thought I was funny. So I was like, "Alright, cool, thank you." So that was fun. Um, and yeah, like, every set that had audience members where I just basically did crowd work, I had a good time. I got the crowd to laugh, and the crowd was willing to follow me on Instagram afterward. Like, that's a win-win-win. And it's really got me thinking just like where for me, like where does sitting down and writing come into play? Like I can't just do crowd work for every set, you know? Like at a show, you can't go up at a show and do crowd work like exclusively, I don't think. I mean, I was just at a show on Thursday, you know? Um, Mark Norman was in town and he was doing a show at the Secret Group. And normally they have a mic on Thursdays, but the mic got canceled because he was doing a late show as well. And because of that, I ended up just sitting down and watching Mark Norman. And it was pretty wild to watch him because I'm just like, oh, damn, there he is. Like, that's him. I've heard him on podcasts. I've seen him primarily on podcasts, on specials on Netflix and on YouTube and everything. And then I'm like, "Oh, there he is, like, that's Mark Norman. Huh, see him here in the flesh," you know? And it was interesting because, like, as I'm sitting there, listening to all the other comics go up and doing their sets and stuff, it got me thinking of just, like, you know, could you go up there and just do crowd work with this audience, right? Like, could you? Could you? Is that if that's your whole thing, would that actually work? And I don't know. I really don't know. Um It's like, you could, you could. You'd have to change it around a little bit, right? Because it's like you could really only interact with a few people, right? Which is why, the people up front are always the ones who are like, the targets for crowd work because 'cause they're, like, right there, you can talk to them. Um, Obviously, in a room like at the Secret Group, which seats about by my count, it was 161 by my count. I counted the number of chairs. Um, but so oh, look, there she is. But, you know, in a room of like 161, it's like, all right, cool. You could probably do it with like the people up front. But I mean, you get bigger than that, and it doesn't work, right? The people are too far away, like for like a theater, right? Like a theater or God willing, a stadium, right? Like how does that even work? Um, so it's like, all right, I can do crowd work, and it would work for like smaller crowds of like, you know 50 or less, maybe 150 up to that point, and that's about the max that you can get to. So it's like I still need to write material. So then how do I do that, right? And I sat down and I wrote my thoughts on like, why it is that I think crowd work works for me. And the conclusion I came to is that like the issue isn't that I'm not funny, and the issue isn't that I can't write. The issue is that the material I write, it's not personable, right? Because when I was talking to those girls on Wednesday, making them laugh. I did try to go into my material, and when I went into my material, I could feel the room shift, the mood of the room shift. And the girls went into very active listening. Like they're like, "Oh, here it comes," right? Me, uh, when I was starting to talk about like my material, it's like even I was like, I really don't know what to say here, right? Because everything that I want to say is just stuff that I think about being a server, right? And then I'm making things up to get punchlines, and it's not the same. So like there's like a disconnect between what the material actually is about and then who it is that I actually am and how it is that my personality actually comes out on stage. So it's not that I can't write, it's that I'm writing, but I'm not writing for myself, right? If that makes any sense. I'm writing about like my observations and the things that I see, but I'm not writing about what it is that I feel about certain things, right? Because then I have to think about it. And then I have to be like, oh, think about the setup, think about the punchline instead of like set a punchline because that's just innate to who I am. So that was actually useful as well. So I don't know how exactly I'm gonna change it around. I don't know where exactly this is gonna go with my writing and everything, but it's definitely it's definitely been something that's been eye-opening for me that I definitely want to continue to work on, you know. So I'm gonna keep doing the crowd work, but I'm definitely thinking about like, all right, how can I take the crowd work and the personality and the personability that I have and then feed that into my writing. You know, that's the next goal. If I can get that figured out, then it's like, all right, cool. Now I can write jokes for myself and then go on stage and bring in my personality with jokes that only I could say. Right. So that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. I'm really happy with this last week. Other than feeling all like, blah, just like that. So I'm feeling all right today. I'm feeling all right today. Hopefully I feel better tomorrow. We'll see. So that's enough. That's enough for today. Thank you for indulging me, whoever you are. Um, uh, like and subscribe if you want to like and subscribe. And as always, God bless.